Playing it safe often feels like the responsible thing to do, right? It's responsible, of course, to steer clear of avoidable difficulties in our life and of potential setbacks. But what if this instinct, this drive to stick with what's comfortable and safe and familiar is actually keeping you stuck and unhappy? What if I were to tell you that there's this hidden force at work here, one that quietly is shaping your choices and keeping you locked in this loop of sticking to the predictable and the safe way of doing things? Now, I'm not talking about a mindset. I'm not talking about a belief or a habit pattern. I am talking about a karmic pattern that could be influencing you in ways that you might not even notice. So stick around because we're going to take a closer look at the key symptoms of this particular karmic pattern and learn how recognizing it can transform your search for finding true freedom and fulfillment in your life. Hey there, yogis and yoginis. I'm Lisa Engles Witter, and welcome to my channel where I help spiritual seekers just like you to harness the ancient wisdom of yoga to live an extraordinary life. So the goal of my channel is super simple. It's just to make it easier than ever before for anyone to find happiness and fulfillment in their life by using practices and teachings that have been passed down to us for millennia. Now, before we dive in, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I post new videos just like this one on a regular basis. So understanding karma and karmic patterns is foundational to the work that I do with my clients. Now, karmic patterns can and do profoundly shape our lives. So what I want to do in this video is explore a karmic pattern that tends to surface when we feel threatened or when life feels like it's out of control. Now, this karmic pattern will subtly keep us sort of like anchored in place and unable to move forward. In Buddhist psychology, this karmic pattern is synonymous with what they call, or what's known as the animal realm, where the instinct or the drive to play it safe can be so strong that it keeps you stuck in this loop of predictability and comfort, and it blocks true personal and spiritual growth and fulfillment. So this karmic pattern is driven by the need to control things, by sticking to what feels familiar and safe and resisting change. It's characterized by a fear of the unknown, a reluctance to take risks, and a preference for what's safe and secure, even when that safety comes at the cost of staying stuck and unhappy. So we all experience this pattern to some degree, but for some of us, it's a very dominant force that can prevent us from living fully and embracing new opportunities that come our way. In Buddhist psychology, the animal realm is depicted in pictures. It's depicted, through the imagery of animals, which represent beings who are driven by basic needs like instinctual needs like surviving, eating, sleeping, and procreating. So this realm symbolizes this state of being where we're trapped in routine and survival mode, and we prioritize safety and comfort over our own personal growth. So people who find themselves in this karmic pattern often experience a wide range of symptoms that highlight this need for safety and control. And these symptoms manifest as this really deep-seated fear of stepping outside of our comfort zone. This tendency can also be to numb out or to compulsively seek comfort through routines and even addictions, and a reluctance to taking any types of risks. So people in this realm often avoid situations that make them feel vulnerable. They put up barriers around themselves to protect their privacy and tend to avoid looking at how their own choices and behaviors aren't really serving them. So this cycle of safety and predictability can significantly impact personal relationships and professional achievements, and it can lead to dissatisfaction and this real sense of feeling stuck. So let me give you an example and just see if you can relate to this. Maybe you're someone who's deeply invested in your spiritual growth. Maybe you read books, you attend workshops, you take classes, and you meditate, you do other spiritual practices all the time. But beneath all this doing and all of this stuff that you're doing is this deeper reluctance to change because it doesn't feel safe. You may say that you want to grow spiritually, but you have a reluctance to engaging in the things that you need to do that will actually help you to do that. Like, for instance, looking at unhealed emotional experiences. So what you do is you stick to the practices that feel good and that you're familiar with, and you avoid those practices that challenge you on a deeper level. And perhaps when you feel threatened, whether it's by a challenge to your beliefs or you're feeling challenged because you feel like I'm out of control now, you become fearful and angry. And this response, if you think about it, it mirrors the way an animal instinctively reacts when they feel threatened, when its safety is threatened. So there's like this catch-22 in this, because you crave contact and connection, but only on your terms, which can end up pushing others away. And at the same time, you may want to be left alone, but when you are left alone, then you feel abandoned. So there's this push and pull dynamic here that keeps you stuck and craving change, but unable to fully commit to the things that you need to do for that change to actually occur in your life. All right, so to recap, this karmic pattern of playing it safe is a common one. It's one that many of us struggle with to some degree. And telltale signs that this pattern is playing out, or that you're playing this pattern out in your life, are the need to feel safe and in control, this fear of the unknown, a preference for routine and comfort, and a reluctance to take risks. So hopefully that example helped you to see how this pattern might be playing out in your life, how it can keep us stuck in a life that feels safe but unfulfilling. I invite you to pause right here for a moment and to see if you can recall any times when you chose safety over potential growth. And then what did you gain or lose from making that decision? Recognizing this pattern is this first step in breaking free from it. It's also important to understand, I believe, that karmic patterns aren't our destiny. We can clear them, we can overcome them, but it does take dedicated work and self-awareness. So this work, I believe, again, is well worth doing because it can transform your life, and it will bring you a much, much deeper sense of fulfillment and joy. Now, there are actually 6 primary karmic patterns that affect our lives. And as I mentioned earlier, fundamental to the work that I do with my clients is helping them to identify and work through these specific karmic patterns. So if you'd like to find out which of these 6 karmic patterns may be affecting your life the most, I've developed a free quiz based on years of experience with clients and students. Now, the link to the quiz is in the video description below here, so you can click on that and check it out. And when you're done with the quiz, what will happen is you'll get your results along with crucial insights into your primary karmic pattern and how it influences your daily life. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please do give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, if you haven't already, to subscribe to my channel for more insights and guidance on your spiritual journey. And until next time, be well and namaste.